I'm Sam Raymond with your 3pm Sports News Bulletin. Liverpool centre-back Virgil van Dijk has undergone knee surgery on his ACL following his injury sustained in the Merseyside derby. The club announced the operation was successful, but said no time frame had been placed on the Dutchman's return. Teammate Fabinho has provided the Reds with a timely boost, with his injury not as severe as first thought.
Fab is not in, that's clear. He got a little injury, if you want, so he will be out for the weekend and probably slightly longer.
Newcastle manager Steve Bruce believes that fans are currently paying too much to watch football. It comes after fans are being charged £14.95 to watch Premier League matches while they're banned from attended stadiums due to COVID-19. The Magpies owner Mike Ashley has called on the Premier League to reduce the price to £10. Bruce agrees and said there needs to be a rethink.
I mean, look, we're all delighted that we're playing some sort of football, but it's not the spectacle of what we all witnessed, whether you're in the stadium or watching it on TV. It's not the same, is it? But in this particularly difficult time, I'm all agreeing that a five is enough.
Rangers manager Steven Gerrard believes that fans should be welcomed back to stadiums in Scotland, even if it's not every stadium. The new tier system means that clubs in the worst affected regions will be stopped from opening their stadiums to fans. However, Gerrard said the new COVID restrictions shouldn't stop spectators from returning.
There's a lot of teams and owners that are under financial strain at the moment, so I think it'd be a real positive if we can see fans back in whatever grounds it's possibly safe to do so. And I think if your area, for example, is not allowed, I think you just have to accept that.
A strong message was sent out by Spurs boss Jose Mourinho to his players following a disappointing defeat in the Europa League last night. His side's poor first-half performance in the 1-0 loss in Belgium to Royal Antwerp resulted in 4 subs being made at the break. Dele Alli, Steven Bergwijn, Giovanni Lo Celso and Carlos Vinicius were all replaced. However, Mourinho said he wished he could have made 11 changes at half-time.
You know what our best team is, but I always like to think that the players, they deserve an opportunity. We have a big squad and it's my responsibility to give them opportunities to play. My future choices are going to be very easy.
Another weekend of Premier League action gets underway tonight, with Wolves facing Crystal Palace. Tomorrow sees 3 matches played. Here is Liam Rice with a preview of Saturday's action.
Tomorrow's Premier League fixtures are set up for another dramatic day of football this season. The day kicks off at Bramall Lane as Sheffield United host Manchester City at 12:30. Both sides have not enjoyed an expected start to the campaign, so will be aiming to get back on track tomorrow. That game is followed up by Chelsea's trip to a struggling Burnley side at Turf Moor. Chelsea will hope they can replicate a similar showing to that displayed in their midweek Champions League clash. The final game of the day is at Anfield, as current champions Liverpool welcome a resurgent West Ham United side. Both sides have suffered injuries to key players, with Virgil van Dijk out for Liverpool, whilst West Ham United will be without Mikel Antonio.
It's also FA Vars Day for many local sides tomorrow, with Wessex Premier League sides Brockenhurst, Fareham Town and Leamington Town in action. It's also FA Trophy Day tomorrow, with Moneyfields, Gospel and Salisbury also in action. Local side Infinity also could extend their unbeaten run in the Hampshire Premier League when they host Paulsgrove at the Hythe and Dibdin's Clay Pit Stadium. Scotland are hoping to register a third Six Nations win in a row when they take on Wales this Saturday. Captain Stuart Hogg and fly half Finn Russell return to the side, with the latter having not yet featured in the Six Nations after a breach of team protocols led to a falling out with coach Gregor Townsend. Scots currently sit in 4th place in the table with 3 points behind Wales. England face Italy on Sunday in the Women's Six Nations. They'll be missing scrum half Natasha Hunt after she withdrew from the squad after testing positive for coronavirus. The Red and Whites need to win in order to complete back-to-back Grand Slams. Hampshire leg spinner Mason Crane has signed a contract extension, with the 23-year-old committing his future until 2022. It caps off a fine individual season for Crane, as his record of 9 wickets in as many matches offers a bright spot in an otherwise poor campaign for Hampshire. Team Solent Kestrels get their new season underway on Saturday, and we can go live to our reporter Billy Taylor, who is at Solent Sports Complex. Billy?
Thanks, Sam. Yes, that is right. I'm here at the Solent Sports Complex, joined by Solent Kestrel's chairman, Matt Bishop. Matt, the new season gets underway tomorrow. How are you feeling ahead of it, and what are your expectations for the new season?
Yeah, obviously really excited to get back to business here in the Solent Sports Complex with our ladies and men's Division 1 teams, both at home. Ipswich and Essex are coming down to play, and we're really excited, really looking forward to the season. And you know, to be honest, we're all just so lucky to be back on court and playing after what's been such a challenging 9 months. And there was times when we really didn't think we would actually be here, but I'm just so pleased for Basketball England and for everyone involved to get the games on and get playing again.
And you touched on that about how coronavirus obviously has stopped play for such a long time. How are you? What difference do you think it will make with there being no people being able to watch it? Obviously, you're back on court, but you can't enjoy it with everyone who would obviously love to come.
Absolutely, the Kestrels family are who we play in front of week on, week out. We have an amazing fan base here at the Solent Sports Complex, a huge community impact, and that's going to be really, really jeopardised with no spectators. I'm really sorry for the fans more than anything. We're doing our best to make sure everything is live streamed. We've got a fantastic platform through the university students, Sonar TV crew, who will be hopefully covering as many D1 games as they can throughout the season. It's an amazing platform, so hopefully all of the Kestrels family can watch all the ladies and men's games with our commentators, Jerry and Ryan, and people getting involved, a real sort of pulling together to really give our fans the best opportunity to watch the games. From a player's point of view, there's a mixture, because obviously the players are just so pleased to be back on court and playing, but equally they love putting on a show for the fans and love putting on a show for the the supporters, and that's what it's all about. So they're obviously as disappointed as anyone else is.
Thank you very much for joining me, Matt, and I wish you all the best for the new season. Back to you now, Sam, in the studio.
With just a few weeks remaining on the tennis circuit, the players are fighting to pick up the remaining ranking points ahead of the Christmas break. Our reporter Isaac Farnworth is in Vienna, where the tour stops this week.
Yes, thank you, Sam. Plenty of action going on here at the Vienna Open today. From a British point of view, play got off to the best possible start as Jamie Murray and partner Neil Skupski booked their place in tomorrow's doubles final with a straight sets victory over Robert Farah and Fabrice Martin. This evening, fellow Brit Dan Evans will be hoping to follow suit and progress when he takes on former world number 3 Grigor Dimitrov. The pair have met on 4 previous occasions, with the Bulgarian posting a 3-1 head-to-head record.
The British Basketball League returns this week after an absence of nearly 8 months. COVID-19 has meant times have been financially hard for all sports, but the head coach of the Surrey Scorchers, Crayon Raftopoulos, has voiced his concerns about funding not only during the pandemic but as a whole.
Just don't get the funding to back it up, and then the reason we don't get the funding is because they say that we aren't a possible Olympic medal sport. But how do you become an Olympic medal sport if you don't get the investment?
AlphaTauri have re-signed Pierre Gasly for the 2021 Formula 1 season. The French driver took his maiden Grand Prix win at this season's Italian Grand Prix. Gasly's teammate for 2021 is yet to be announced. Thank you for listening. Be sure to tune in to our next bulletin at 3 p.m. You can keep up to date on our Twitter page at Solent Sports J, and also our YouTube channel, and as well on our website solentjournalism.co.uk.